This is the same can, by the way. I promised 3 videos, but I'm probably going to make 6. Because the topics which I wanted to cover for this week, they just took a turn for the viral. So, we're going to have to start from brass fucking tacks to get down to what it is I want to cover this time around. First on the docket. It has come to my attention that we have people who are basically evil. The worst kind of evil I can think. People who make bullshit up, who do things, and then when they get called out for it, they say, "Oh no, what, come on guys, you can't cancel me. What would the kids think?" Or, as they've been caught saying, "Bruh, you failed Etika. He died in vain." Now, I might look like I'm jovial and smiling, but I'm disappointed. Maybe even a little bit upset, but I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed because, as I'm about to show you on screen, this is some bullshit of the highest fucking quality. And the reason it's some bullshit of the highest fucking quality is because this is not the first time this has happened and won't be the last either. To demonstrate. And this number. Oh shit, just take it to the fucking header. Just take it to the fucking header. Simpler. Okay. So, here we have not this person, but the people they've been screen capping. We've had people like this individual. We've had people always doing wiling things out in the Twitter idlewild. They do dumb shit. People catch them out. People clap them out by ratioing them into the ground. They say, "Oh my god, guys, you took it wrong. Y'all don't understand. That's not what I meant." People do grievance archival behavior. They go back, years back, months back, days back, however far back it takes, and you have to take it and do it. And they do it explicitly because they want to give themselves an out. The one that's been chosen and has been popping up recently, not just here, but in other places, is the idea that we can't call people out on bad behavior anymore. We're bullying them. We haven't learned from people being attacked for doing this. They're gonna be penalized because of the consequences, guys. You can't treat them like this. Y'all clearly weren't fucking listening. Because if you need me to remind you about what Desmond fucking said, well, I can do that. Right down here.
I mean, I did a lot of wrong, too. I did a lot of wrong. Everyone's got to pay for what they've done wrong at some point. Everyone's got to pay for their sins at some point. I guess mine caught up to me. I'm sorry to those of you who I betrayed. I'm sorry for leaving such a stained legacy. I hope that my story maybe helps to make YouTube a better place somehow in the future, to where people know boundaries and limits and how far things should go. In an attempt to be edgy, I fucked up my entire life.
Desmond's fucking words As you said here, it's very simple. Boundaries, limits. Boundaries and limits. If you happen to be one of the people out there in the world who's doing objectionably bad things at events, and you're sad because it's coming back to blow on you because of the behavior that you've done, you kind of need to stop. If this technicals person, I need you to stop. We need you to stop. Stop making excuses for people's actions. If your actions here is you're trying to defend them, is that it only matters with their age because they're being trolled and that people are precious and need to be deserved and people are going to mob individuals. Yes, they need to be consistent, but that's not just a matter of consistency. The only reason why people are coming out about this now is because we've seen the actual actions of Twitter's new policies coming forward. People are getting caught out for this more often than not than anything. We've seen people assail others. Everybody's responsible for what they choose to say and do. I believe that. I hold myself responsible for my actions, but I don't hold myself responsible for what dumb people do in my name. I disavow that 100%. And so should anyone else. You're not responsible for what people choose to do, and how people choose to take shit, how people choose to behave about shit. They come to answer for the shit in their own time. We'll get into that in the other videos on the docket. But for this situation, let's try to condense down and understand how we got here. Right? So, basically, for what I can understand, what happened is in the case of Bauchi, I think they said the N-word. That's it. And then over here, with the case of a streamer getting arrested, I think I remember who that streamer was. It's not coming to me right now. But the general gist of what I'm getting is there's a very massive mob of people who like using the phrase, mental illness doesn't make you use anti-Semitic or homophobic slurs. Basically saying mental illness is an excuse. If you're this kind of person who legitimately believes that, if you think mental illness doesn't make you do things that you'd rather not, I'm sorry to tell you that you're fucking wrong. Okay? If you actually believe that a person can do something, if they can go out into the world and spawn some madness from something they may have never intended to have happen, well, then sure, yeah, believe that. And when it comes for you, don't say shit. Because that's fucking stupid, right? Like, we understand that Twitter is not supposed to be real life, but we're all physically connected to our digital selves. When I wrote that thread, when I wrote this moment here, right here, the one that I intended to be aimed towards Holly Conrad, when they were going out of their way to claim that people need to not take things and not do things. When I wrote this, the message that I said here is very much what I'm telling you now. That's why I wrote it as a Dear Holly letter, and that I made the title about a man in his mythology. Namely, it's to respond to something like this. She wrote about how she was told to kill herself and how she was slandered and attacked, telling people that she needed to change and that we need to change and that no one deserves this, nobody needs this. She has a point. She's right. People don't deserve to be attacked like this. Nobody should be attacked like this. It's not fair to attack them like that. But consequences of actions, and actions have consequences. Right? If there's people doing bad shit, and they keep doing it, eventually something's gonna happen. Someone's gonna light the powder keg. In the case of Desmond, his was a ratcheting, right? He didn't feel normal. He was avoiding help. He was isolating himself. He cut himself off from his support networks, and shit went south really fast. With the case of Twitter, there are so many people jacked into a topic, and there are so many voices, that there are just enough conditions necessary to make a firestorm in the same capacity happen. If a situation already went wrong and bad, it takes one race baiter to spoil the whole lot and to make someone lose something, either their career, their life, otherwise. In the case of, say, somebody who said something that was right, but there's just so many people who hate them, same thing. Desmond's message was we need to learn when to stop. Like, learn when to step back and say, you know what? We could make this viral, but I'm going to choose not to. I'm going to choose to just take my ball and go home. For example, the other day, if I have it up here somewhere, should be in here somewhere. I'm gonna have to go through my profile to find it. Right here. The other day, in this thread, I caught an exceptional amount of people who were, well, how can I best phrase it if I can find it here? Right. Oh, not here. Right here. The other day, I found some Antifa weeb leftists that were being crazy on the internet. You know, as they always are. These people started trying to come to me in droves, much like they did during my call-out thread to Nessa, trying to get me banned off the platform. Again, because I caught them saying to people that they were anime fans waiting in the wings to rape people. Because they were in a thread where they were reading this post right here. The context of this post being that these people believe that anime fans are uninformed on law and doctrine of the area, and that these things don't exist in Japan, which is a very extreme ethno-state. These people came to me in my mentions, attacking me, slandering me, calling me everything that they could, that they pulled out of the book. For example, right up here. And right here. Basically a group of people that started coming in. These individuals came to try to bully me into silence, right? Normally, when I deal with people like this, I taunt them, I laugh at them, I document them, I archive their tweets, I report them, and then I get them to give me more evidence. To me, in the moment when this shit was going down and happening, I thought to myself, and said, you know what? No. I'm not going to give this any more power. And I took the fuel away from the fire. Locked them out, left them to wallow in the void, and they were then punished by Twitter. In the case, and in cases like this, especially those who keep invoking Etika, it's very clear that these people don't give a shit. Never did give a shit about Etika. They didn't care about the fact that the man existed. They didn't care about his life. They certainly don't give a shit about his death. They just use him as a weapon. The same way they use anything as a weapon. Well, no. The answer is fucking no. If you want this shit to stop happening, stop giving these people the ammunition. When people choose to go out and play these goddamn games, and they choose to go out and play these word games, you tell them no, and you avoid them like the plague. If you treat them like the locusts they are, it'll stop coming up. It'll come up more often in places where they're prone to do it, and once they're labeled with that scarlet letter, people will learn, oh, this person likes to do it for the attention. That brings them the monetization that they're comfortable with. Do that. We won't have this problem anymore. I feel like it's a retread of having to say it. It's just that fucking simple. It's weird having to say it. Because, like, the stories I'm about to cover is an example of how this shit gets to go this bad. But that's for next video. To summarize my point, please stop doing dumb shit on the internet. Please stop using Etika's name to give yourself an excuse and an out. Stop invoking Etika's name when you're trying to go to defense of other people that you like. And choose to take a stance. Pick one and only one. Either it's acceptable to hold people responsible for their actions, even if they've done wrong. You need to give them the opportunity to say, you know what, you gotta own up to this. Then we can forgive you, and then we'll move on. Or it's acceptable to drag people when they deserve to be dragged. And if it's acceptable to drag people, no matter the context, as given to us by the big gay wonk, if we can just do shit because we like to, well, then you have to probably change the systems that put that power in place and made this the hellscape it's become. Those are the two choices you got there. Pick one of those ones that you believe in most often, and then work off of that. No more of this back and forth bullshit. Either all of it's okay or none of it's okay, or we live in a gray area. Pick one of those three realities that you exist in. Pick one and only one. I'll see you guys next time.